Wizards and Warriors. I have a mixed history with this game. I will never go so far as to call it a good game. It's not. But it's mildly entertaining, especially with some of the premises. Like this. Your hero, Kuros, has to go save his woman in that castle, and instead of walking across that nice flat grassland, he goes through hell instead. Because we all know that, you know, walking across a plain to save your woman from an evil sorcerer that has taken over the land isn't enough. You have to go through the pits of hell, or the bitch won't be satisfied. So you start off pretty much as just a moving douche. You have your little sword, which has no range and looks douchey. In fact, you almost never use the actual sword swing. 90% of the time you'll use this, you'll just jump. Yeah, you'll just jump at the enemy and they'll die very gladly for you. Thank God. And my feelings as I play this game, hell, as I watch this game, just overcome me. You have to run around these levels, getting your ass beat by stuff that respawns constantly. In fact, this game is so horrible when it comes to enemies spawning in, especially when your camera is right at the top of the damn screen, that I would have to say that if the African AIDS epidemic was a living, breathing organism, or a swarm, or whatever, it would be this game. In fact, maybe that's what happened. Maybe the designers just went out to Africa, captured some of the epidemic, put it in a plastic case, and were like, nobody will ever know. So in the midst of all this wonderful business, spiders and weird-ass fucking eagles that don't fly, and then the eagles that do fly, you have to collect jewels so that you can get by a red knight that looks basically like a cheap knockoff of you, and he is a cheap knockoff, you can't hurt him. He's got that red potion shit, and it lasts forever. See, when you turn red, it lasts for a few seconds, which stands to reason that once you stand there for a little bit, he'll turn gray or blue or whatever, and then he'll get fucked just as easily as you do. But no, of course that isn't the case. Your character is pretty much the most pussy-ass thing in this game. And then, in spite of that, the man gets some serious ass by the end. It's just unbelievable what this man is able to achieve through sheer force of will and infinite continues. This is what the common man should aspire to be in our world, because we're certainly not going to become much better or much else. And yes, you can bounce off of smaller enemies. Or actually any enemy, I should say, not smaller enemies. In fact, bigger enemies are easier. And if you actually ever find an original cartridge of this, look at the cover art. The cover art's actually pretty damn rad. But then you get into the game, and it's like, well, where's all this big-ass evil shit? These are like happy little spiders and these goofy-ass looking Sasquatch guys, and of course the bees. You can't forget about those fucking bees. They bring out genuine ire in me. But yeah, you just have to wonder. This is an example of a game that would have fantastic marketing simply on its cover art. This was a time when cover art was actually better than in-game art. Ugh. And climbing these damn trees, and it's not the only time you'll have to do it. I suppose I should inject something of actual substance, because now I'm going to jump in and out of this door like a dumbass trying to get over to that chest. And the substance is that red potions make you invincible, blue potions make you fast, and pink potions make you jump higher. And there are places where they spawn in randomly. See, this just confused me to no possible end. Like, you should be able to, this door shouldn't open when you jump at it, and yet it was. It should open only at certain times, and I would wait until it was very definitively closed, and it would swallow me up like a freaking condom with fangs. And then, of course, I would die. Ugh. And this is just the first level. If you don't die in the first level, then more power to you. You're pretty much a giant cock in my book. So in the attempt to wait for one of those bees to get over there, so you can kick chests open with the boots of force. And now and then, you just have to wonder, with as gay as this guy tends to be, I suppose he's bisexual, you have to wonder if there's a secret item in here called the Cock of Sucking. I have not found it yet. There's chests and such to find in here, but nothing that's going to be half as useful, and I use that description very loosely, as the giant condom of protection that you have. You know that if you flipped this shield around, it would say Trojan on the back. No doubt. And then you get attacked by these wasps, who are much more annoying than those bees earlier on. Actually, I think you might be able to kill their nests with the boots, but I was a dumbass and didn't try to do it. Ugh, that pissed me off. Slid by that thing. Yeah, if you can avoid it, don't get anything that'll replace your boots. The boots are quite possibly the only useful thing in this game. God, Lord knows. This is reverse necrophilia. This is a giant corpse skull that wants to give you messy head. I tried to kick him with the boots because that makes me happy, but that wasn't a good idea. You can hit him about once, and then he starts jumping way the fuck up in the air so that he can swan dive, mouth open on your erection. And after that, you get in here and you get your first piece of the harem, which I've mentioned in previous games. Lucinda. God knows what STDs she has from being captured